Two women and a man in a sauna. A woman wants to go out for some air, but she finds the door won't open. Jack goes to help. He tried to break down the door by running, but the door doesn't budge after several attempts. Instead, he bumps his own body into it, causing pain. Jenny also realized the danger. She tried to call her companion John to open the door, but no one came for a long time. They had to sit down and drink some water. Hopefully John would come to the sauna later, so that he could find them trapped inside. The sauna continues to heat up. The temperature in the room was getting warmer and warmer, but they waited a long time for John to arrive, although there was still plenty of air in the room. But the constant rise in temperature was fatal. If the temperature doesn't come down, sooner or later, they would die of dehydration. Jenny's fear of death broke down. She argued with Jack. As they argued, Lisa noticed something behind the thermometer on the wall. Jack took it apart and found it was a thermostat, but there was no switch on it to bring the temperature down. While they were studying the thermostat, the sauna started heating up again. The heat emitted distorted the air. Jenny doesn't want to sit still. She grabbed a wooden spoon and punched it against the small window in the door. When the wooden spoon didn't work, she grabbed another barrel and continued to pound away. That's when Jack had an idea. He used the wooden spoon to lift the stone from the sauna, wraps the stone in a towel. Then he poured mineral water into the bucket. He uses the water to cool down the hot stone. Jack grabbed the cooled stone and smashed it against the window again and again. His hands were bleeding. The glass in the window only made a small mark. Jack knew if he gave up, then everyone in this room would die. He continued to smash despite the pain in his hand. Finally, he broke the window. Jenny, Lisa immediately rushed to get some fresh air. They called out to their friend John, who was outside, but there was no answer. With the cold air coming in through the window, they were finally able to calm down a bit and think of a strategy. Jack is worried that the room temperature will drop. The thermostat will reheat the sauna. He wraps a bath towel around the stone and threw it out of the window. He tried to use it to hook up the ladder that was stuck in the sauna, but it didn't work. As they disagree again and start to argue, Jack looked at the light on the wall and had another plan. Man sticks a wooden spoon into a lamp base. Sparks fly instantly. Man falls to the ground with electric shock. He tries to short out the thermostat that controls the temperature, because he and his partner were trapped in the sauna. Jack's attempt fails. The circuitry of the electric light does not match the thermostat. They now have to wait in the dark, hoping for a miracle. A miracle does happen. The owner's dog seems to have sensed the problem. He is barking outside the sauna. Jack and the others bang on the walls of the room, hoping the dog would understand them. The dog is so clever. He knows that someone is in the house. He keeps barking and wakes up John, who is sleeping. But when John came out to see what was going on, there were fireworks outside. The sound of the fireworks drowned out Jack's cries for help, and John didn't think much of it. He turned and left to join the fun. The dog saw John leave without a thought. He rushed to find his master. He ran to the car and kept barking. He tells the owner to hurry home. The owner doesn't understand what's going on, but he drove home anyway. As soon as the car stopped, the dog ran to take the owner to the sauna, but John stopped him in his tracks. He said that when he woke up and found that Jack and the others weren't there, he must have left him to go to a party. The owner heard about John's tragic story. He was very sympathetic. He was going to take John to play with his friends, to take his mind off his troubles. The dog could only watch helplessly as they walked away. He did his best. The three men in the sauna are getting more and more desperate. Death has arrived. The three men were trapped in the sauna for hours. They had to drink foot-washing water to quench their thirst. Attempts to save themselves and seek outside help failed. Jenny decided to take a chance. She picked up the rock and tried to destroy the thermostat. Lisa stepped in for fear of a problem. In an argument between two people, Lisa accidentally hit Jenny. Jenny fell down in an instant, although Jenny was only momentarily unconscious. But Lisa was also delirious from the accident. She ignored Jack's advice. Grab a rock and hit it hard at the thermostat. After smashing the thermostat, she sank down on the ground. She thought she had managed to stop the sauna. I didn't know she'd hit the thermostat. The sauna is heating up again. The temperature began to rise sharply. Jack, who was always so strong, couldn't hold on either. He finally cracked. In desperation, he began to laugh. Lisa was frightened by Jack. Just when she was overwhelmed, Jack let out a roar. He grasped the hot sauna stove in his hand. Just keep hitting it like crazy. He tried to stop the sauna by brute force. Under the impact of Jack's desperation, the sauna stove was knocked down by him and put out. Not until they're happy. The next moment, the impact blew the wooden door open. Lisa, her ears ringing from the explosion, looked back. She found Jack lying lifeless in a pool of blood. Lisa staggered into the living room. She eagerly found a bottle of ice water and gulped it down. He fled to his room and cried on his bed, but cried and cried. She saw Jenny on the floor of the room. Turns out she never made it out of the sauna. Everything that just happened was an illusion. Now the situation is even more critical. The sauna stove Jack sabotages starts leaking gas. Lisa quickly moved the unconscious Jenny to the window. She was hoping to save Jenny, but her strength was gone. There's no way to slow Jenny down, so Lisa tied the towel into a rope, hang it from the pillar of the doorway. It took all her strength to get Jenny to breathe, and he fell to the ground too weak. Fortunately, the homeowner finally figured it out. He rushed Lisa and Jenny to the hospital, and John blames himself for what happened. He caused the tragedy by placing a ladder against the door, but by the time he knew, it was too late.